Oi boys, welcome back to another video on the channel. We're back, about to head into round 1. We'll be playing with a subscriber suggested 17. We'll get to that in a sec. First we're going to sim through these preseason games. So game 1 against the Titans, the boys get by comfortably. Look at that, 24 points to 0. But as I said, preseason games, they don't really count for much. The try scorers, Kiraz, Jackson, Kotoni Staggs Jr., Marshall King, and Burton 4 from 4 off the boot. Not bad. For game 2 against the Warriors beat us 26-24. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into round 1. I'm going to assemble the team that was suggested by my guy Lockie Murphy. He was the first to get his lineup in there, so we're going to run with that and see how we go. So instead of rushing through the lineup as they run out, we'll take a more in-depth look. So from 1 to 17, starting with the back 5, we got Averello, Addo-Carr, Aaron Shop, Jacob Kiraz in the centers, and Braden Burns on the wing. In the halves, we have Matt Burton, Kyle Flanagan. I will say this, the spine is pretty much what I had in mind. There have been some experiments thrown in the comment sections, and we'll begin to those too while we have time before the business end of the season. But yeah, moving on to the forward pack. In the front row, we have Paul Vaughan, Marshall King, and Luke Thompson. Back row, Josh Jackson, Raymond Faitala-Mariner, and at lock, Tevita Pangai Jr. The players coming off the pine, rounding off that 17. We have Zach Docker-Clay, Jackson Topane, Corey Waddell, and Curtis Morin. So what do you lads reckon? Let me know your thoughts on this particular 17 in the comment section down below. If you got any changes, let me know. Also, like I said, we'll be running a few subscriber 17s and a few experiments before we get to the pointy end of the season. Let's get into the game. Alright, so the Storm should be full strength. Yeah, running out first, and that back 5 looks pretty typical. A fully healthy back 5 in the halves. Munster and Hughes, that front row, pretty solid. Back row, Alec McDonald, the new face, the young gun. Max King on the bench with Nick Meaney. Solid, full strength, as you'd expect from a brand new save. As for our boys being led out to the field for the first time this season, the young skipper, Matt Burton. I was thinking about Josh Jackson, but we're thinking about the future first and foremost. And by the way, if I did it correctly, all our home games will be at Balmore. This is the fortress. This feels good. Balmore Sports Ground. First home game of the season. We've been struggling in our Dolphins career mode to turn Morden Daily into somewhat of a fortress. Let's turn this into a graveyard for all visiting teams. Starting off with the scalp of one of the heavyweights. How good would that be? The Melbourne Storm. So far, so good. 41 meters gained. First defensive set. Last play for the Storm here as they boot it downfield. First run of the day, Josh Addo-Carr. He's taken on the 20. There we go. Marshall King with the fend even. Man, I'm loving how quick Marshall King feels. Gotta run again, try and catch them off guard. Or offside. Kiraz this time finds space. The speed definitely transfers into the 13-man game. I thought it was just all the space in the 9s that made these boys feel quicker than usual. We will chance our arm here. Can't find that last pass to the Fox. Trying to compress the line here. Keep it tight. Try and squeeze them. Keep them camped down here. Last play for the Storm on the 20. They'll send it to the skies. Pretty good kick. It should be a 20. No. After 18 minutes of trading blows, punch for punch with the Storm, they come up with a result in the form of a repeat set. Perfectly placed. I thought we were in goals to make that grab, but I guess not. That's a good tackle by Vaughan on Munster. Flat-footed. We dig that. Kenny Bromwich. Minimal meters. Got to quick play the ball. Get in there. Once again, they're on our shores. Can we knock them back? As he goes on the toe. And we grab him. Let's go. This has to be one of the most grueling matches we've played in quite some time. It's been brutal, man, these first 30 minutes. Got to make some changes on the fly. In comes Morin. I guess we throw Waddell in the front row. Was that old mate's plan when he put this together? Look at that tackle on Coates. We'll make more changes, but we are going to test out the speed of Matt Burton. Can also bring topping it in. Averillo almost gets through. Whoever's behind Burton here, it'll most likely be Josh Jackson. As we play behind to Jackson, get it to Aaron Shop, and we're going to pin our ears back for the first points of the day, baby. That was a slick try. We finally cracked them, and the try to do it's pretty clean too. A little block play, I guess. Burton out the back to Jackson, gets it moving to Shop, and that puts him through untouched. Burton off the left boots. Familiar territory with Latrell Mitchell and the Dolphins. How do we do with Burton? Good start. 8 minutes to go. 6-point lead. Alright, Marshall King needs a spell. We're bringing Dr. Clay in. But slow out of dummy half there. 2 plays. Let's go to Burton. And that is terrible. I guess that's one of the things I love about the set plays. They're not always going to run smoothly. And depending on where you're at on the field and what the defensive line looks like, you're not always going to get the same look. You can imagine how dull the game would be, like a perfectly run set play every single time. I probably wouldn't play the game as much as I do, as it most likely get a little easy. Anyway, we're going to focus up on defending our line. Up goes the bomb. The Achilles heel in any career mode. They get the bat back. And it's Ryan Pappenhausen who will get the Storm on the board. Man, that sucks. We let them in. A minute to go in the half. That little error we got mixed up with the play. At Munster, we'll tie it up. We were on track to heading into the sheds, playing a near perfect half, but that one error cost us big time. Give it a good old whack downfield. Topene gets in the way. Oh, and he gets smacked. No shot. No shot. We're giving them a look at the line. There's those 2 points. Roughly 30 minutes to go. We're going to spread it down the line. An awkward offload. Yellow. Nice footwork, but he's immediately taken. After beating that defender, the Fox rounded up. That's a good ball. Another sidestep. I don't know why he stepped to the right. Also open fields to the left. As we go to Burton. Vitala Mariner. Oh, that's a bad ball. Easy reads for the Storm and the Goosey. It's got us off bean, man. You can just feel the game slipping away. Players get... Oh, look at that. That's a soft try right there. I say that because our boys are tired. And the players on the bench aren't recovered. Or haven't recovered yet. That's tough. Final quarter. It's not over yet. Still on the hunt for points. That's a good ball for Burton. Can't get away from the cover defense. On the third. Get to the blind side. Nothing doing. Fourth tackle, same play pretty much. Gonna keep hammering this short side. That's a bit desperate. Not gonna lie. And I'm feeling like we have to pull one out. There it is. The grubber kick cheese. Shameless try. Absolutely shameless. You know you're down bad when you start pulling out the old chip for yourself and the old grubber kicks. We had to do it. Gotta win by any means. If we have to dip into our bag of cheese, we will do so to get us back on the board. There's a couple of good plays though in the lead up to that try being scored. What a run. Luke Thompson looking for runners on the left. Can't lie, it's pretty sketch. These short balls, typically big hit magnets, but Thompson does well to hang on to the pill. Early kick. Against the wind though. That's a good bounce. Pepe will run it into touch. That tide's definitely turning. Can we get it out to the Fox? Averillo. Matt Burton. We won't need to. Let's bloody go. Matt Burton will get our noses back in front. Bit of a nerve-wracking final few moments to end the game here. We are not safe. A converted try will get the Melbourne Storm home. Aaron Shop And a dummy half looking to make some tough yardage through the middle. Will get snapped in half. Storm with the chance to win it here in the final 10. This is a huge defensive set coming up. Chris Lewis plays it. Jerome Hughes takes it to the line. That's the second. Wide ball. And Bromwich is held up. Again to the left, looking for some drop down cheese, it looks like. Wrap him up. Jerome Hughes. The Storm still on the shores. We're trying to send them back on the last. And the Cavalry arrive to flip over. Full time, 18 points to 14. Look at the stats. Time of possession 50-50. 8 from 13 completions, 11 from 14 for the Storm. Typical wet weather type stuff. 7 errors to 3. Our boy Matt Burton getting man of the match. Operation Fortress with the Bulldogs is off to a great start. Like I said, if you've got any suggested squads, let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more rugby league related content or more content in general, be sure to run and share that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.